Today we're going to hit you with another list. Previously, I sound just disappointed about that.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Western Wisconsin Whiskey Emporium for ladies and gentlemen. I'm Eddie.
I'm Dan.
And we're the Deathless Dogs.
Today we're going to hit you with another list. Previously, we gave you some good bottles to look for between $30 and $40. Today we're going to bring that price down another notch and go for good bottles that are under 30, which some people watching might be like, there's no way there's good bottles under 30, but really there are. Price isn't everything. You can still find great quality whiskey under $30, believe it or not. You can find really bad whiskey under $30 though too.
It's a real minefield out there in the under 30 whiskey game, but we're going to help you out.
Yeah, we're going to give you some ones that when you see them on the shelf, some of them maybe don't have the prettiest label. Some of them maybe don't have the best marketing behind them. But they are great whiskeys to pick up for a variety of reasons. I'd say if you're shopping and you're looking for something below 30, I mean, this video will be a good reference. But otherwise, even if you're in the liquor store ever and you're looking, you're like, I don't know if this is worth it, just throw it in Google quick. You can find plenty of sites that rate different bottles, and they'll give you flavor profiles and whatnot. I mean, that's what I do when I go to the store. And this is just whiskeys we have on hand here. This doesn't mean these are the only ones under 30 you should go after. If you're watching this right now and you have another suggestion, put it in the comments. Turn people on to the good stuff that they don't have to throw down an arm and a leg for.
Now, what would a Western Wisconsin Whiskey Emporium video be if we weren't fresh bottle popping? We've got ourselves Elijah Craig Small Batch.
This bottle itself is actually a store pick from Stark's. If you've watched our live streams on Facebook or anything, you've seen us drink some of their stuff before. That being said, even a store pick, which a lot of times can run you a little bit more, is still coming in at $25.99. Elijah Craig Small Batch lives in the 20s somewhere, usually. And it's a high-quality product from Heaven Hill. If you like nuttiness in your bourbon, I always feel like Elijah Craig does bring some corn to the table a lot of the time.
As a lot of the Heaven Hill does.
But we actually haven't opened this bottle yet. We picked it up at Bourbon Fest in December. I figure there's no time like the present. We should pop this bottle with the assistance of some guest bottle popping.
Hey, I'm John.
And I'm Dave.
And we're the...
Who are you trying to kid? We're nobody.
But we're fresh bottle poppin'!
That's Dan's Uncle Dave and his cousin John flexing with those guitars right there. Always good to see. Not very satisfying.
It's a subtle pop. It's a satisfying cork to hold in your hand.
It's got some heft to it.
Subtle pops, though. Very good stuff. Very readily available on pretty much any shelf you see.
Yeah.
In a liquor store, you're going to find Elijah Craig of some sort, and it's worth your time and worth your dollar, I would say. A solid quality, low-cost product. Our second pick on the list here is just going to be your standard Four Roses. Now, this one's a liter bottle.
A liter of bourbon.
It's Four Roses. It's everywhere.
This is a liter bottle. You can get them for smaller, but this was on sale for $18, which was a gimme. It's good for mixing. It's a fine product. It gives you that traditional bourbon flavor that a lot of people look for. Rich in corn, caramel, vanilla, so on and so forth. And at in or around $20 per bottle, you're really not going to go wrong.
I think the cool thing about both of these first two is they're kind of like the entry point into the line that is Elijah Craig or Four Roses.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, like, if you like either of these, then that gives you the kind of incentive to, okay, maybe I'll try the one that's the next notch up or so.
And they have several different lines, I believe, each. What would an under 30 list be without Buffalo Trace? I believe it generally runs for about $25, and you can't really go wrong.
You have to take into account here with regular old Buffalo Trace, even with as hot as Buffalo Trace products have become, that this one might not be readily available to you. And if you find it, it might be priced over $30. I have a hard time saying that I would pay over $30 for it, because around here, when it's here, it's abundant and it sits at like $25, $26.
Yeah.
And I think that's a very fair price for it. This is the same mash bill as other favorites like Eagle Rare, E.H. Taylor.
When I taste regular Buffalo Trace now, what my mind conceives to be Eagle Rare seems diluted So I think a Buffalo Trace is a Diet Eagle Rare.
That being said, if I was in a store and I found both Buffalo Trace and Eagle Rare on a shelf, I'm going to take the Eagle Rare 10 times out of 10. But this is still a great bottle.
But you'll also be paying a little bit more money for it.
About $10.
Yeah, so it's not really going to beat up your wallet either way.
We've been seeing this on shelves around us pretty much constantly. It was not around for a while, and then I think last summer it came in, and it's been consistently around since then. The three we have up on the table right now are all bourbons, and we should throw a rye in the mix.
Why not?
And a good place to go for that would be High West Double Rye. That one lives in the, close to 30. You might find it a little over 30 in some places. Around us, you'll see it on sale even for low 20s, though.
I think I've seen it as low as $18.99,
Yeah.
and that was once.
I think that might actually be what I bought this bottle for. I don't remember. I think I said it in the review of the bottle itself. But yeah, High West products, even the lower end, so to speak, of the Double Rye and American Prairie Bourbon, still great stuff.
I would recommend them both, especially if you're getting them on sale prices.
You probably see these bottles on every liquor store you go to's shelves. The High West is very distinct, cool look. They do good stuff. Most of it's sourced.
It's a Utah distillery that knows what they're doing. It's definitely a growing distillery, so I'm excited to see what they have to bring to the table in the years to come.
Old Tub. This one comes out of the Jim Beam distillery. It was previously distillery only. You could only buy it there. With the pandemic shutting everything down and people not really going to the distillery, they pushed it out to market. And you can find this, this is going to be living in that $20 to $25 range. You can find it on sale as low as like $17.
I've seen it at Woodman's for $17.
Kentucky straight bourbon, bottled in bond, so it's coming out 100 proof. If you're a Jim Beam drinker and you see Old Tub on the shelf, buy it. If you're typically buying like a Jim Beam white label, Jim Beam black,
I think it's better than all of them.
it's better than all of them. You're getting more alcohol, and you're probably finding it for less money in some places than you are the things with the Beam name on them.
Old Tub is a great value, and if you see it, pick it up.
Great flavor, that Beam profile of that like nuttiness with some cherry. It's fantastic. I hope, even when things get back to normal, that they keep selling this in stores. I've only got like 5 bottles at home, and one of them is Old Tub. Primarily, I do my drinking here, but ones that I have on hand, you got your Old Tub, and there's a reason for it.
Yeah.
It's great stuff.
There's a time and a place for Old Tub.
Yeah. You know when it's time to tub.
Everybody jump on the Slane train. Slane comes in the high 20s, but it is below 30. And if you like a whiskey that tastes like bananas, this is the one for you.
Well, it's got a bit of a banana tinge, but it's also got some kind of smoky char to it. It was great.
It's got maltiness that is a familiar flavor. If you like...
Did you say maltiness or maltiness?
Maltiness.
Maltiness.
Yeah.
I thought you said it's got maltiness.
No, it's not malted.
It's got multiplis.
It's got that malty, grassy flavor that's common and prevalent in Irish whiskeys.
It's definitely more flavorful, I would say. Whereas Jameson is more like a blank palette for you to put stuff on top of. I think Slane stands on its own.
Yeah.
So we've got bourbons covered. We'll have more bourbons later. We've got ryes covered. We've got Irish covered. We don't have any scotches under 30 in our collection, and I feel like scotch under 30 is a real roll of the dice.
Yeah, you're really putting your life in your own
So
hands.
if you know a scotch under 30 that's worth buying, please let us know.
We're going to get wild on this one.
Yeah, you need a wild card. Your wild card bottle for shots and such.
And partying.
Yeah, this is a party in a bottle. Some people are going to be a little upset by us putting this on the table
But
right now.
some people aren't.
And I feel like the people that are upset about that are the people that actually haven't tried it. Or they've tried it and they try to think they're too good for it. You're not too good for it.
You're not.
You're not. Wild card. Screwball.
Now I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say that this was the unofficial champion of Stirfest. If you were there, you know.
Eddie bought this on our way to Stirfest. We stopped at Woodman's. I got like a pack of cold snacks.
Yeah.
And this was just next to the register, so you bought it.
Yeah, I never had it. I didn't know anything about it.
And it was like $15 or something.
Yeah.
So as we're walking out, I'm like, why the hell did you buy that? That's gonna suck. And we opened it and tried it, and I was immediately like, this is not bad. You think flavored whiskeys, you're thinking Fireball, you're thinking things, of that ilk, Jack Honey, super cloyingly sweet, syrupy. Screwball is sweet, but it does bring through, I feel, a legitimate peanut butter flavor.
Yeah.
That other peanut butter whiskeys we've drank does not.
And I think that all of Stirfest had our backs in bringing that, because everybody had some.
This bottle was gone within 45 minutes, I think.
Yeah, it didn't make it much past us playing live.
I'm actually going to screwball a little bit right now.
Yeah, let me screwball as well. See, I mean, like, we talk it up, and we can't, like, not drink it.
It's a solid peanut butter flavor. It's not overly sweet to me. I actually made a drink with this, cold brew coffee, and Buffalo Trace bourbon cream.
Nice.
Kind of a White Russian-y style thing. Fantastic. Great mixer. Great shot. People who don't like whiskey are going to love this bottle.
I'm thinking back to our half-assed holiday special and the various kinds of peanut butter whiskey that we tried. This one comes in thicker and more peanut buttery.
Right.
And it's just, this is the champion when it comes to peanut butter whiskeys. We're just going to hit you with two, but kind of think of it as one. I'll hold them as such and you talk.
All right. So Evan Williams, a brand that many of you might think about college. I know I do. I think about being young. But Evan Williams Black Label is the cheapo one. It comes in, has to come in at like $15.
We're going to go Jay Giles freeze frame on this because I'm sick of holding these.
Well, just give me the bottled and bond.
All right.
And we will put that up there. Both of these bottles come in well under 30. The Evan Williams bottled and bond around us is about $19.99.
That was one that Dan set me up on a blind date with, and I actually would have taken it out for a second date.
Yeah, if you look at previous videos, I sprung this on him because I knew he'd never buy it because bottom shelf, screw cap, it's got all the markings of like, oh, this could be bad, but it's good. It's a really good whiskey. And the same could be said for the Evan Williams single barrels. Both of these are fantastic. I'm not going to hold this anymore.
Yeah, that's where I was at. I was like, I'm holding these two bottles.
When this bottle runs out, I'll buy another one. Single barrel, would also buy again. Single barrel comes through. They got the wax top.
I think they have different vintages, and that's one thing you'd have to look for because obviously it would change with every barrel, but also probably with every year as well. We're out of room.
Real talk, we're out of room.
Evan Williams, last bottle.
And I'm going to say, of this lineup, this is my favorite bottle of all of them.
That is a bold statement.
I love this bottle. I was turned on to it about a year ago through Whiskey Tube. I cannot believe it costs as little as it does. I do see the price going up when I go through bourbon groups. People are saying they're finding it for over $30. Around us, it's less than $20.
Like, I believe $14.99 is ringing some bells for me.
And that bottle is Old Granddad 114. You're under $20. You're over 100 proof. This is the highest proof of anybody out here. I also think the flavor of it is just fantastic. I'm a Booker's guy. I'm a Beam guy. I feel like this is like baby Booker's maybe. It's
baby Booker's.
It's got a little...
And if it was a fish, this would be a largemouth bass.
Yeah, big corks. Big corks in Amish.
Gang.
Some people are going to get pissed off that we're spreading the gospel of Old Granddad 114 and thus maybe influencing a price increase.
Nah, we can spread that gospel.
Old Granddad 114, I cannot say enough good things about it. We should probably just do a regular ass review on it sometime.
We will.
To wrap all this up, honorable mention, a bottle that we don't have on hand because we drank it all, Wild Turkey 101. That is an insane value. If that bottle was here, it'd be running neck and neck with the old Granddad 114 for me. 101 comes in at like $19.99 pretty much everywhere. They get that like college whiskey bad rap of like, oh, this is wild
It's
ass.
actually good.
But it's fantastic bourbon. You should check it out. Are there any that we're missing that you guys have as a go-to under $30 bottle? Let us know in the comments. If you haven't yet, like the video, subscribe to us. Do all those types of things. It helps out a bunch. We're here every Wednesday with another video.
All right, from the Western Wisconsin Whiskey Emporium for ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next time.
Okay.
What do we want to do now?
As I speak into my glass. So,
What do you want to do now?